Welcome back to the channel, Rare Coins Collections, where we uncover some of the most exciting and valuable coins out there. Today, we're diving deep into the world of American numismatics and uncovering the mystery of the 1975 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the 1975 nickel. This little coin might just be hiding in your pocket or at the bottom of your coin jar, and you'll be surprised at how much it could be worth. Stick with us as we explore the key features, valuable errors, and how to spot one of these rare coins. Now, let's talk about the United States 5-cent 1975 coin. For most people, this coin may seem like just another nickel, part of the everyday currency circulating in their pockets. However, this 1975 nickel holds a secret. There's a hidden potential to earn big from this small piece of history. So what makes this coin so special, and why is it worth so much? Let's first take a close look at its key features. The 1975 United States 5-cent coin has a classic design that has become iconic in the world of American numismatics. On the obverse side, you'll see the well-known portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, originally designed by Felix Schlag. The design features a detailed, lifelike image of Jefferson, with the engraving, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty" above him. The date, 1975, and the mint mark, which indicates where the coin was minted, are found below Jefferson's portrait. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello, beautifully rendered by the artist John Reich. The words "E pluribus unum" and "Monticello" are featured, along with the coin's face value of 5 cents. The design may seem simple at first glance, but this coin is far from ordinary when it comes to its value. So, what makes this 1975 nickel stand out in the world of rare coins? Let's talk about the errors and what you should look for. Most 1975 nickels were struck in the usual manner, but here's where things get interesting. There are certain varieties of the 1975 nickel that feature errors in the minting process. One of the most famous and sought-after error coins from this year is the 1975 no mint mark nickel. Normally, a mint mark would be located to the right of Jefferson's portrait, identifying which U.S. mint the coin was produced in. However, some 1975 nickels were struck without a mint mark, which makes these coins incredibly rare and highly valuable to collectors. Another error to look out for is the double die variety, where the design appears to have been struck twice, leading to a noticeable shift in the details on the coin. These double-struck coins are extremely rare and can fetch a high price at auction. So, what makes these errors so valuable? First, the rarity of the mistake plays a huge role in the value. Mint errors don't happen very often, and finding a coin with an error, especially one like the no mint mark or double die varieties, can significantly increase its worth. While regular 1975 nickels can be worth a couple of cents, these error coins can command prices well beyond that, often reaching into the thousands. Now, let's talk about why this coin is so valuable, even without an error. The 1975 5-cent coin was minted during a period of transition in U.S. currency production, and it represents an important part of the nation's numismatic history. As with many coins, those produced during times of change or with unusual characteristics often become valuable to collectors as the years go by. Another factor that contributes to the value of the 1975 nickel is its condition. Like with any collectible item, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. Coins that are well preserved in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are worth much more than those that have been heavily worn down by circulation. So, how do you spot a valuable 1975 nickel? First, take a look at the mint mark. As we mentioned earlier, some 1975 nickels were produced without a mint mark, so that's the first thing to check for. If you find one of these, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Next, examine the coin closely for any signs of doubling or misaligned design features, which could indicate a double die error. You'll want to inspect the coin under magnification if possible, as subtle errors can sometimes be hard to spot with the naked eye. And of course, always assess the condition of the coin. Coins in mint condition, especially error coins, are the most valuable. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could this little nickel be worth? If you find a regular 1975 nickel, its value is minimal, maybe a few cents or $1 at most if it's in excellent condition. However, if you have one of the rare error varieties, the value could skyrocket. A 1975 no-mint mark nickel in pristine condition can be worth anywhere from $3,200 to $45,000. That's right, $3,200 to $45,000 for a single coin. It all depends on the rarity of the error and the coin's overall condition. Isn't that crazy? The fact that a simple nickel can be worth so much is a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting and the immense value that even the smallest, most overlooked items can hold. So, if you've got a jar of old coins or find a 1975 nickel lying around, make sure to take a closer look before you spend it. You could be sitting on a small fortune. Before we wrap up, here's a question for all of you collectors out there. Have you ever found a rare or valuable coin in your collection? If so, let us know in the comments. We love hearing about your coin finds, and who knows? Your story might just inspire someone else to go on a treasure hunt of their own. Today's video, we're going to explore a fascinating piece of American currency, the United States 5-cent 1990 coin. You might have one of these sitting in your pocket or hidden in your coin collection right now, and you'll be amazed at how valuable this seemingly ordinary nickel can be. Stick with us as we uncover its key features, valuable errors, and give you tips on how to spot one of these rare gems in your collection. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how much it could be worth. Let's start by taking a look at the key features of the 1995 cents coin. If you've ever held a modern nickel in your hand, you'll notice that the design on the 1990 coin is very similar to the ones we see today. The obverse side, or the front of the coin, features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This portrait, created by artist Felix Schlag, has been a standard design since 1938. Jefferson is depicted facing to the left, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year, 1990, above him. Below Jefferson's image, you'll find the mint mark, which tells you where the coin was struck. The reverse side, or the back of the coin, shows a depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello, designed by engraver John Reich. The words E pluribus unum and Monticello are inscribed around the edge, along with the denomination 5 cents. The clean, simple design of the Monticello side has been a defining feature of the nickel for years, and it represents a strong connection to American history and the founding of the nation. At first glance, the 1990 nickel might seem like just another regular coin in your pocket, but don't be fooled. There's more to this coin than meets the eye. One thing that makes the 1990 nickel stand out is its place in U.S. numismatic history. While many coins from this period were produced in large quantities, some of them have certain features that make them rare and valuable to collectors. Now, let's dive into the errors and what to look for. You might be surprised to learn that the 1990 nickel is famous for a few minting errors that could make it worth significantly more than its face value. One of the most sought-after varieties from this year is the 1990 nickel with a double die error. What exactly is a double die? It's when the design of the coin is struck more than once, causing a doubling effect on certain features of the coin. This can result in the text on the coin, such as "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," appearing with a blurry or shifted double image. Finding a 1990 nickel with a double die error is a big deal for collectors, as these mistakes are rare and not something you come across every day. Another error to look out for is the die crack. A die crack occurs when there's a small crack or imperfection on the die used to strike the coin, which can cause a raised line to appear on the coin. These cracks might not be immediately noticeable, but they can significantly increase the value of a coin if the crack is large enough and visible. So, keep an eye out for any unusual features or markings on your 1990 nickels, because they could make them worth a lot more. Now, let's talk about why the 1995 cents coin is valuable in the first place. While most nickels from this year are worth just 5 cents, certain coins with specific characteristics can command a premium. The 1990 nickel is part of a series of coins that were minted in large quantities, but over time, the ones with errors or rare mint marks have become much harder to find. As collectors hunt for these elusive coins, the demand for them increases, which naturally drives up their value. The 1990 nickel also has a significant place in American numismatic history. This period marks the tail end of the 20th century, and collectors often seek coins from this time as part of their larger collection of late 20th century U.S. currency. As the years go by, fewer and fewer of these coins are in circulation, especially those in great condition, which only increases their potential value. So, how do you spot one of these valuable 1990 nickels? First, check the mint mark. The mint mark is located just to the right of Jefferson's portrait on the obverse side of the coin. It can tell you where the coin was minted, and while mint marks may not necessarily make the coin more valuable, they're important to know when you're identifying rare varieties. Next, closely examine the coin for any errors, like the double die or die crack we mentioned earlier. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin's details, especially the inscriptions on the obverse. If you notice any doubling, blurred text, or unusual cracks, you could have a rare and valuable coin on your hands. Finally, consider the condition of the coin. A coin in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been used in everyday transactions, will be worth much more than a coin that's been worn down by years of circulation. Coins with sharp, clear details and minimal wear are highly prized by collectors. If you happen to find a well-preserved 1990 nickel with a rare error, it could fetch a significant price. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much could your 1990 nickel be worth? Well, if you find a regular 1990 nickel in average condition, it's worth just 5 cents, nothing extraordinary there. However, if you have one with a rare minting error or in excellent condition, you could be looking at a value anywhere from $3,300 to $43,000. That's right, $300 to $43,000 for a single nickel, all because of a small error or unique feature. It just goes to show that even the most unassuming coins can hold tremendous value. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from all of you collectors out there. Have you ever stumbled upon a rare coin in your collection or found one in your spare change? Let me know in the comments below. Your story might just inspire other collectors to start looking for their own hidden treasures. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting finds in American numismatics, the 1964 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the 1964 nickel. If you've ever held this coin in your hand, you may not have realized that it could be hiding a huge potential value. This is the kind of coin that can make you a small fortune, and in today's video, we're going to uncover exactly why. Stick around as we explore its key features, the rare errors to watch out for, and how to spot one of these hidden treasures. First, let's take a good look at the key features of the 1964 5-cent coin. If you're familiar with the modern nickel, you'll recognize the design right away, but with a twist of history. On the obverse side, we see the profile of none other than Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This portrait was designed by artist Felix Schlag, and it's been part of the nickel since 1938. On the 1964 version, Jefferson is looking to the left, with the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year, 1964, inscribed above him. Just below his portrait, you'll find the mint mark, which is crucial for identifying whether your nickel is more valuable than others. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see an image of Jefferson's iconic home, Monticello, designed by engraver John Reich. The coin also includes the words E pluribus unum, Monticello, and 5 cents, clearly indicating the coin's value. The clean, simple design is a hallmark of this nickel, making it instantly recognizable to collectors and history lovers alike. Now, while the 1964 nickel may seem pretty standard at first glance, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. There are specific features and errors that make certain 1964 nickels highly sought after in the collecting world. Let's take a closer look at some of these rare and valuable varieties. One of the most significant errors to look out for on the 1964 nickel is the double die variety. If you've ever heard of a double die, you know it's one of the most exciting minting errors in the world of coins. A double die happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, which causes a shift in the image. This results in the coin having doubled or blurred details, often in the text or around the design elements. On the 1964 nickel, you'll most likely notice doubling on the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." These double die varieties are incredibly valuable because they're so rare, and finding one of these in good condition can send its value soaring. Another error to look for is the die crack or die break. This happens when the die used to strike the coin becomes damaged, and a crack or gap appears on the coin's surface. You might notice a raised line or a chunk missing from the design on a coin with a die crack, and collectors find these errors fascinating, as they show the imperfections that occurred during production. A die crack on a 1964 nickel could greatly increase its value if it's large and visible enough. So, why is the 1964 nickel so valuable? Well, it's not just about the design or errors, it's also about the history and scarcity of certain varieties. The 1964 nickel is from a pivotal period in American coinage history, and as the years pass, fewer and fewer of these coins remain in circulation in pristine condition. Most of the 1964 nickels were used in everyday transactions, leading to wear and tear over time. That means finding a 1964 nickel in excellent, uncirculated condition is already rare, and if it has an error, it's even more valuable. The coin's value also increases because it was struck during a time when the U.S. government was still using the old minting techniques. In the years after 1964, the U.S. Mint started producing coins with new technology, making the 1964 versions more of a collector's item today. Collectors love adding these coins to their collections because they represent a specific time in U.S. history, and the errors and varieties found in these coins add to their allure. So, how do you spot a valuable 1964 nickel in your collection? First, examine the mint mark carefully. The mint mark tells you where the coin was made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and while most 1964 nickels have the mint mark, some of the valuable error coins might come from particular mints. Once you've identified the mint mark, take a closer look at the coin for any doubling on the letters or design, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to get a closer look at the text, as these errors can be difficult to spot with the naked eye. If you see any noticeable doubling or misalignment, that's a clear sign that your coin might be worth more than just 5 cents. Next, inspect the coin for any die cracks. These are harder to spot, but if you carefully examine the coin under good lighting, you might notice raised lines or breaks in the surface. Larger die cracks are more valuable, so if you find one, be sure to keep it in good condition. Lastly, check the overall condition of the coin. The more well-preserved the nickel is, the higher its value will be. Coins that have been carefully stored and protected from wear and tear are much more valuable than those that have been in heavy circulation. If you have an uncirculated 1964 nickel with no signs of damage or wear, that coin could be worth much more than its face value. So, how much could your 1964 nickel be worth? If you have a regular 1964 nickel in good condition, it's worth about 5 cents. But if you found a 1964 nickel with a rare error, such as a double die or die crack, and it's in excellent condition, it could be worth anywhere from $3,000 to $40,000. That's right, $3,000 to $40,000 for a single nickel, depending on the rarity and condition of the coin. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from all you collectors out there. Have you ever found a rare coin or a valuable error in your collection? What's the most surprising coin you've come across? Let me know in the comments below. Your story might just help someone else discover the hidden treasures in their own collection. Today, we're diving into an exciting and often overlooked treasure from the late 90s, the 1999 United States 5-cent coin, or the 1999 nickel. This particular coin might seem like just another nickel you'd find in your pocket, but trust me, it could be hiding some serious value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves discovering hidden gems, stick with us as we explore the key features of this coin, the rare errors to watch for, and how to spot one that could be worth thousands. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the key features of the 1999 5-cent coin. If you're familiar with modern nickels, then the 1999 version will look familiar, but there's a lot more to this coin than just its appearance. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. This portrait has been the standard design for the nickel since 1938, created by artist Felix Schlag. On the 1999 version, Jefferson's image is still crisp and detailed, with the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year, 1999, surrounding him. But here's where it gets interesting: the mint mark. If you look closely, you'll find a small mint mark just below Jefferson's neck. This is where you can identify which U.S. mint produced your coin. While most 1999 nickels were minted at the Philadelphia Mint and don't have a mint mark, some were minted in Denver, and those coins with a D mint mark are worth looking at. It's small details like this that make all the difference in coin collecting. On the reverse side, you'll find a depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's home, designed by John Reich. This has been the standard reverse design for the nickel since 1938 as well. The words E pluribus unum, Monticello, and 5 cents circle the design, making the coin's value clear. The simple yet iconic depiction of Monticello represents Jefferson's legacy and ties the coin to American history, making it a must-have for collectors. Now that we know the key features of the 1999 nickel, let's talk about some of the errors that make this coin so valuable and highly sought after. When it comes to coin collecting, errors are often where the real value lies, and the 1999 nickel is no exception. One of the most exciting varieties to look for is the wide AM error. The wide AM error is a result of the design change that occurred in 1999. In some cases, the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin were spaced farther apart than usual, creating a noticeable gap. This spacing error wasn't intentional, and it's something collectors are always on the lookout for. If you happen to find a 1999 nickel with the wide AM error, you've stumbled upon something truly special. This error makes the coin much rarer than a regular 1999 nickel, and it could fetch a much higher price on the market. As with most minting errors, the more visible and distinct the error, the more valuable the coin is. So, keep an eye out for that extra space between the A and M on the reverse side. Another error to watch for is the double die variety. A double die happens when the design is struck more than once, causing certain parts of the coin to have a doubled image. For the 1999 nickel, you might notice doubling on Jefferson's portrait, particularly around the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." These types of errors are always a hit with collectors, as they add an extra layer of rarity to an already fascinating coin. Let's talk about why the 1999 nickel, in particular, is so valuable. The value of any coin is influenced by several factors: its rarity, its condition, and the demand among collectors. The 1999 nickel is valuable for a couple of reasons. First, it was produced during a time when coins were being minted in large quantities, but as time has passed, fewer of these coins have survived in excellent condition. Coins that were heavily circulated are often worn down, and many 1999 nickels have seen plenty of wear and tear from everyday use. That's why finding a 1999 nickel in uncirculated, pristine condition is a rare and highly sought-after find. Second, the errors on some of these coins, like the wide AM and double die varieties, make them even more desirable. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with unique flaws, as these add to the coin's intrigue and rarity. As demand for these error coins increases, so does their value, which is why a 1999 nickel with the right characteristics can be worth much more than its 5-cent face value. Now that you know why the 1999 nickel is valuable, let's talk about how you can spot one of these hidden treasures in your own collection. First, start by examining the mint mark on the obverse side. Most 1999 nickels from the Philadelphia Mint will not have a mint mark, but those from the Denver Mint will have a small D near the bottom of Jefferson's neck. Be sure to check the condition of the coin as well. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin will be. A coin in excellent, uncirculated condition will be worth much more than one that's worn from circulation. Next, closely examine the reverse side of the coin, particularly the word America. If you see that the A and M are spaced farther apart than usual, you found a wide AM error, which is a very valuable variety. If you don't notice the spacing, don't worry, just keep an eye out for other possible errors, like the double die. Look closely at the text on the coin, especially Liberty and In God We Trust, and see if any of the letters appear doubled. Finally, the condition of the coin is always key. A well-preserved 1999 nickel with an error in uncirculated condition can be worth a lot more than a coin that has been circulated and shows signs of wear. If you come across a pristine 1999 nickel with an error, you might just have a coin worth a small fortune. So, how much could your 1999 nickel be worth? If you have a regular 1999 nickel in decent condition, it's still worth 5 cents, but if you find one with an error, such as the wide AM or double die variety, you could be looking at anywhere from $3,100 to $38,000. That's right, $300 to $38,000 for a single nickel. This just goes to show how much value can be packed into a small coin. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from all of you. Have you ever found a rare error coin, or are you on the hunt for one? What's the most surprising coin you've ever discovered? Drop a comment below and let me know your coin hunting stories. Today, we're diving into an exciting piece of American history, the 1996 United States 5-cent coin, or the 1996 nickel. This seemingly simple coin could be hiding a significant value, and I'm here to show you exactly why it's worth paying attention to. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone with an eye for hidden treasures, this video will give you all the tips and insights you need to spot a 1996 nickel that could be worth thousands. Let's jump right in. First off, let's talk about the key features of the 1996 5-cent coin. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. This has been the standard design for the nickel since 1938. Jefferson is facing left, with the words, "In God We Trust," Liberty, and the year 1996 surrounding him. If you're holding a 1996 nickel, take a moment to appreciate the sharpness of his image. This design is a staple of American coinage and holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, but the real treasure lies in the reverse side of the coin. There, you'll find the image of Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia, which has also been the standard design on the reverse of the nickel since 1938. Monticello represents Jefferson's legacy, and it's engraved in beautiful detail. The words E pluribus unum, Monticello, and 5 cents are also prominently displayed. While the design itself is fairly straightforward, there's something about the history and symbolism that makes this nickel an important part of the U.S. Mint's legacy. Now, let's talk about some of the rare errors and variations that can make the 1996 nickel more valuable. The minting process isn't always perfect, and over the years, certain errors have emerged that have made some coins much more valuable than others. The 1996 nickel is no exception. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die variety. A double die occurs when the design is struck more than once, causing parts of the image to appear doubled. On the 1996 nickel, this error often appears in the text, Liberty or In God We Trust, on the obverse. If you spot a double die on your 1996 nickel, that coin just went from a regular 5-cent piece to a rare collector's item with a value far beyond its face value. Another error to watch for is the die crack or die break. This happens when a crack or break forms in the die that strikes the coin, leaving a raised line or a small break in the design. These kinds of errors are typically subtle, but they can make a coin far more valuable depending on the location and size of the crack. If you notice any raised lines or missing sections of the design, it could be a die crack, and that's something collectors love to get their hands on. So, why exactly is the 1996 nickel so valuable? You might think, it's just a nickel from 1996. How much could it really be worth? Well, the truth is, it's all about the rarity and the condition of the coin. While the 1996 nickel was minted in large quantities, finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition is becoming rarer over time. Most of the 1996 nickels that were released into circulation have seen heavy use and wear, so finding one in pristine condition is a rare and valuable find. The better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it is to collectors. Additionally, as coin collectors become more knowledgeable, the demand for rare coins has skyrocketed. The 1996 nickel, with its potential for minting flaws like the double die or die crack, is especially valuable to collectors who are looking to add unique pieces to their collection. The rarity of these minting errors only increases as time goes on, making the 1996 nickel a prized item in the world of numismatics. Now, let's talk about how to spot one of these valuable 1996 nickels. First and foremost, you'll want to examine the mint mark. Most 1996 nickels were minted in Philadelphia, so they won't have a mint mark. However, if your 1996 nickel has a D mint mark, it was struck at the Denver Mint. While the mint mark doesn't drastically change the value of the coin, it's still important to note for collectors who are looking for specific varieties. Next, take a close look at the text on the coin, particularly the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you notice any doubling in these areas, where the letters appear thicker or offset, it could be a double die error. To spot this, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe, as the doubling can be subtle. If you see doubling, then congratulations. You found a valuable variety. Another area to check is the reverse side, where Monticello is depicted. Check for any die cracks or breaks in the design. These can appear as raised lines, especially around the edges of Monticello or along the words Monticello or 5 cents. A significant die crack can greatly increase the coin's value, especially if it's visible without a magnifying glass. As with any collectible coin, the condition is everything. A well-preserved 1996 nickel in uncirculated condition is worth far more than one that's seen heavy circulation. When evaluating the condition of the coin, look for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. The more pristine the coin, the higher the value will be. So, how much could a 1996 nickel with errors be worth? If you have a regular 1996 nickel in good condition, it's still worth its face value of 5 cents. But if you find a 1996 nickel with a double die crack, or another rare error, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from $2,800 to $35,000. That's right, $2,800 to $35,000 for a single nickel, depending on the rarity and condition of the coin. Now, I'd love to hear from all of you out there. Have you ever found a rare coin with an error or minting flaw? What's the most valuable coin you've ever come across? Let me know in the comments below, and maybe you'll inspire other collectors to start searching through their own collections. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin discovery. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!